Hey people, so while I know a lot of you probably know that co-op is a feature in Duet Night Abyss, a lot of you probably don't know about just how useful co-op can be for you in this game. So I'm here to give you some extra tips on it to hopefully allow you to get some extra resources and some extra Genimon. So starting out, while there is only one mission in the game, that is a co-op focused one, there are still some other activities in this game that can give you a significant advantage while playing in co-op in comparison to playing solo. Chase, obviously being the co-op focused game mode, is designed with other players in mind to help complete extra objectives. But that isn't the only game mode in which you can actually do that and make the best use of the multiplayer features in Duet Night Abyss. I'm sure a lot of you who have been trying to get to level 55 or get to level 60 have been struggling, constantly running out of coins, whether you're crafting weapons, ascending your characters, or doing pretty much anything in this game. And while the Mystic Maze does appear to be the best way to get coins after level 60, before then you are all struggling inside of excavation. And I know many of you who've played this likely have grown a distaste for it, in particular to how long it can take. And I'm here to tell you that just adding one extra player to this mission can almost halve the amount of time it takes to clear it. Every single additional person that you add to the team for excavation will make it even easier. The primary thing about it is that you will be getting some extra fuel bugs that'll allow you to put more fuel into the excavators for every additional player that you add to the team. There is also the termination mission, which will have you going around and essentially wiping out different waves of enemies. Obviously in co-op you can split up and take out more enemies at the same time, and those are the two missions that I'd say have a significant advantage in co-op in comparison to playing solo. Exploration, you don't actually get any real extra benefit to adding another player, because if you split up, the enemies don't actually spawn more, they kind of split in between the different spots. And when it comes to the other missions, there shouldn't really be a noticeable increase in the speed of which you clear. Defense maybe, because you could each take kind of a side, but it won't be as significant of a difference when comparing it to excavation and termination co-op solo. Now, I did talk about Genimon before. I know a lot of you probably already know about the whole Genimon mission objective, which you can get. In particular, people have been using the capture mission for this, notably because it is a rather fast mission and does have a lot of materials that you will need for your character's skills. This has the rescue the Genimon objective, which means after you capture the enemy, you will be able to rescue a Genimon, which will be that guaranteed capture. But as we've also come to learn, there does seem to be a cap on the amount that a single person can give. Now, another thing that we have learned is that apparently, if you play in co-op and the co-op leader still has Genimon left, every single additional player who is in that team with that person can also get that Genimon. This will greatly increase the amount of Genimons that you will be able to obtain inside of Duet Night Abyss. Now, notably, there is that other mission that I talked about, Termination, which, while it does have weapon XP as the rewards, which you probably will need a lot more of as we get further into the game, especially if you want to get as many trial XP levels as you can get. Termination, notably, also has the Rescue the Genimon mission, and also notably is much more of a difference in between a solo clear and a co-op clear in comparison to a mission like Capture. Now, in just a minute, I will join one of my friends for the excavation clear to showcase exactly why clears so much faster. Like I said, you only need one person to drastically reduce the time it takes to complete the excavation. Now, each person you add will make it clear a little bit faster. Hold on, give me 1 second. Much better. Okay, but like I said, even just adding one person will make it clear much faster, and that's because of these fuel enemies right here, the ones that carry the excavator modules. It will actually spawn 3 additional excavator carrying enemies. I'm just gonna call them the fuel bugs, okay? it'll spawn 3 additional bugs every single time you add another player to the team. When you get up to 2 players, it'll spawn 6 up from 3. 3, you'll get 9, and 4, you'll get a maximum of 12. And I'd say you really only stand to gain benefit from having 3. I mean, even 2, you're going to get to a point where each player can just be running around with maximum modules, and essentially being able to max out every single excavator as soon as they appear. And another thing that you're going to be getting is a lot more drops. And that's because each of your friends are going to spawn a little bit more enemies, not a significantly amount more, but you will notice getting more secret letter clues than you might normally when completing excavation. And you can see right here, we can basically just get these maxed out as soon as they spawn, especially later on when we've got a bit more stocked up. So you can see right here, we've got the C done, and I have 4 modules immediately, which means as soon as we get into the next wave, we can immediately start the next excavator at maximum efficiency. But this is another thing, like I mentioned before, is that if you have maxed out your Genimon, or if you haven't, you can actually spawn more Genimon through co-op. We don't know exactly how it works, but we do know that if you did hit the Genimon cap for missions before, you can get more well in co-op. What happens is that if you join another player, then you'll actually be using their Genimon claims, but everybody still gets to claim the same Genimon anyway. Essentially, it's just there's more Genimon all around. If any of you played Wuthering Waves, you would be familiar with the fact that you can join another player's co-op world in order to defeat Tacit Discords and collect echoes on their world, as well as collecting the flowers and stuff that you may need for character ascensions. It's a bit better to analogize it with the echoes because the other player isn't actually losing anything at all when it comes to the Genimon claims. And it is actually pretty fun because you can all talk about which one you get, and you know, somebody had get a legendary and y'all get angry at him because he got lucky. Who knows, it could be you. But that really about does it for this co-op section right here. And as we can see right here from the screenshot that I took, when compared to the normal clears for a solo excavation, which would be somewhere around 15 to 16 minutes, this is notably a 9-minute clear. That's right, you are shaving off 6 or 7 minutes from the timer when you're going through this mission with just one extra person. And when I was clearing this on stream with 4 other people, we were able to clear it in around 8 minutes 22 seconds, and you could probably do it even faster. It's very obvious that excavation has a massive benefit when playing in co-op, and this, I'm sure, will be a huge help to anybody who is before trial rank 60 or maybe doesn't want to focus as hard completing the max difficulty of Mystic Maze over and over again, especially because you're going to be farming that a lot anyways, due to all of the demon wedges that you'll have to obtain on a monthly basis. Now, there are still some things that you will have to keep in mind when it comes to co-op. Notably, if you are going into it with matchmaking, you will have to deal with other people who may have different objectives than you. So for instance, while you may want to go 5 waves into excavation to top up on the highest amount of coins that you can, other people may not. They may leave early. Another thing is that you may also run into AFK players, which have been a bit of a plague on Duet Night Abyss from what I've heard in matchmaking. Maybe not as bad as they have been made out to be for me. I don't know, maybe you could tell me more about it in the comments down below. And the other thing that you will have to keep in mind is if you're planning on playing with your friends, you will have to be on the same server. So if you aren't living in the land of the free and the home of the brave, such as myself, you would probably be in a different server from me and therefore would not be able to play with me. So make sure that when you're bringing any of your friends in, that they join on the same server that you do. Now, the other thing that we may not be considering is that in the future, much like Bounty Commission, we may see a lot more co-op focused events and a lot more co-op focused modes, perhaps even co-op focused endgame modes. This could be a opportunity for you to find other players who may be good, or other players that you just like playing with and spending time playing the game with, in preparation for potential modes such as that. Obviously, I feel like co-op is a major benefit to this game and has a lot of potential going forward. Also, if you are looking to find more people to connect with for Duet Night Abyss and play with, I would definitely recommend joining my Discord server down below. We've got a growing community there. We're all having a great time with the game, and I'm sure you'll find plenty of people who need to grind some excavation for some coins, or to grind some Genimon. So be sure to join my server down below if any of that interests you whatsoever. But that just about does it for this video. If you are enjoying my coverage of Duet Night Abyss, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a video covering this game. Additionally, I would also like to hear all about your own co-op experiences in the comments down below, so feel free to share. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will see you all next time.